What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another beer review. Today we are reviewing Alfresco Pale by Artefact Brewery. You guys might recognise Artefact Brewery. This is now the third beer that I've reviewed for them. So this one is, we're looking at a pale, I think it's just a pale ale, just your standard classic pale IPA. We're not talking a high percentage, 4.6 ABV in a 330ml bottle here. I have mentioned, and as you guys will have seen, I've reviewed Artefact Brewery, a few of their beers a couple of times now. They are based just outside of Bury St Edmunds, up in Suffolk. So let's get into this one and just explain it. There's not a huge amount sort of like on the Untapped page or anything really about this beer, but it's got a little bit on the bottle to explain. So it says it's a fresh and fruity pale, perfect for enjoying outside with friends. We've added oats for a fuller body, and a two-stage dry hop gives this beer a vibrant hop colour. Sorry, not hop colour. Gives this beer a vibrant hop flavour. And also we are looking at quite a lot of hops as well, guys. So we've got Simcoe, Bramlin Cross, Hallertau Blanc, Azaka, Chinook, and Mandarina Bavaria hops. I'm sure Bavaria hops can appear in Hell's. I don't know if in Hell's lagers, maybe it's just a lager or pale ale type of hops that give it that sort of flavour. I don't feel like there's a huge amount more I really need to explain about this one. It's got a nice kind of abstract cover on it. Not cover, getting all the words wrong today. Sort of packaging on the front here, nice sort of pink and blue. But yeah, not a huge amount more that I can really explain about this one. As always, this one it's filtered and unfiltered and unpasteurised as standard. So we'll look at the sediment, and it's suitable for vegans, as I think all of their beers are. So it's worth just getting into this one. Artefact Brewing are a nice, very small, they're nano brewery, so always nice to support a small brewery. I hope you guys do that too, whether it be local or not. That's really nice, really fruity smell. That's really nice. Let's just say if it tastes like this, I'm going to be in for a pleasant beer journey. Lovely and fruity, not too bitter. It doesn't smell too bitter, but smell and the flavour don't always go together. Another lots of head. Let's try and not repeat. But yeah, nice. From what I can see, it'll dissipate more. We're looking at a fairly sort of pale orange, yellowy colour. That is quite synonymous with pale ales and session IPAs and that sort of thing. If you guys remember the neck oil review that I did. Yeah, all I can say really is really sweet on the nose, really fruity, but not sort of citrusy fruity. It's kind of more like even like berries, like that kind of smell. Really nice. Smelling a bit more piney now in the smell. Let's pour a little bit more out. I know it'll just add to the head, so it's probably not the best idea, but it's got a little bit darker now actually. A little bit more brown, but still pretty pale. Anyway, I just want to get into it. Obviously I want to enjoy it too. I think the head is going down quicker than that roast IPA. That roast black IPA by Route 21 Brewing. But I don't think I'm going to be able to wait and give it maybe a few more seconds. It's quite interesting when oats are added to beers. I would usually associate oats as a really quite creamy IPA. I don't know if you guys have sort of experienced that much. But yeah, creamy tends to give it more of a cloudy look, I think. Oats, tend to give it more of a cloudy look. But I suppose not always. That's something I've got to learn really, the sort of brewing stage. Also, it said it's a two-stage dry hop, which to me, does that mean it's like a double? Can't be, can it? or if it's a DDH, perhaps that means double dry hop. So, but maybe the 2-stage and the double don't mean the same thing. Who knows? Right, I'll stop speculating about how beers are made and actually get into this. I know it's got a huge amount of head in it. In an ideal world, I'd have poured much better than this, but I think it's best to just get into it. I know the head will go down as soon as I start to drink it a little bit more anyway, so let's give it a go. Alright, so it's quite nice, not so fruity flavour-wise, quite hoppy really, and piney, but not so much fruity. A little bit, I don't know how else to explain this, but a little bit acidic. I don't know if you guys experience that sort of thing with beers. We're not talking very thick. I can see the outline of my fingers at least behind it. Let's give it a few more sips though, just to develop a flavour a bit more. Yeah, I mean, the flavours aren't like sort of too pungent really. Perhaps would have liked it to be a little bit more fruity, but that's because it's a pale ale rather than, or you know, as they just call it an Alfresco Pale. But what am I trying to say? Basically, it's just not sort of. I mean, it literally says it was added hops to give it a fuller body, but I perhaps wouldn't say it is full-bodied. When something's fruity, I want it to be really, really fruity. I want it to be like practically the only thing I can taste. And I don't really think that's this beer's intention. So maybe I'm sort of judging it more on things that it hasn't aimed to be. But it's really nice and refreshing when it says, you know, you can enjoy outside with friends. Definitely you can. And also, if someone says, "Can I have a sip of it?" they're not gonna be like, "Oh, that tastes horrible," or "Oh, you're such a craft beer person. Why can't you drink ordinary lagers like the rest of us?" It's kind of got that sort of lagery and pale ale element, but without being too sort of pungent in the fruitiness or you know in sort of extravagant hops. So in terms of what I'm going to give it. Sorry if this seems a bit disjointed. I'm totally thrown off by the fact that I kept using the wrong words to describe things earlier. It's just maybe a bit ummy and ahry when I talk. So sorry about that, guys. I promise my head's in this 100%. But yeah, so in terms of sort of what I'm going to give it out of 5, I'm going to give it one or two more sips. I think I've got a number in my head, I think. Now, with my reviews, I don't want to make it seem like, oh, it wasn't what I was expecting, or oh, I've got sort of pre-expectations of what it's meant to be, so when it doesn't live up to them, I give it a lower score. But you know, as I say, these reviews are always just subjective anyway, so a few more sips. That head's going down slowly but surely. I mean, it is lovely, it's nice and enjoyable, but perhaps it's just sort of a nice sort of middle ground standard, and that's all that's meant to be. So I'm going to give this one a 3.25, guys. Nice and enjoyable, definitely recommend it, but perhaps just lacking a little bit. It's a little bit watery in some places, but that's I think that's really what they wanted from this beer. So 3.25. I'd say for my own sort of personal taste out of 5. Let me know if you guys have had this. As I say, it's an animal brewery, so unless you're from Bury St Edmunds or got family nearby to there, I can't imagine you would have, but really, really lovely. I do really enjoy Artefact Brewing. They've only been around, I think, about a year, so really nice to see them sort of thriving as a microbrewery, and I always love to see that passion that you get from craft beers and craft breweries. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Yeah, if you can get your hands on this, do, as always say in my outro, if you can let me know of any beers you want me to see me review that I can for certain get my hands on, please do. If you've enjoyed any beers recently that I can't get my hands on, again, just let me know. And of course, if you've tried this one or anything by Artefact Brewery, let me know. And also, if this is the first one you've come across by Artefact, I've got 2 more Artefact beer reviews, so I'll be sure to sort of link them both somewhere, so the journey doesn't have to end here. But yeah, if you guys like this video, give it a like. And if you enjoyed it and you want to see more, maybe subscribe, comment, etc, etc. Love to interact with you guys a little bit more. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!